mall scams, from dangerous ear piercings to stealing your identity from public chargers.
I have your bank account. All because I plugged in. It just took once to get infected.
Plus, former Saved by the Bell star Lark Voorhies speaks out for the very first time after being shunned by the show.
What would you say to the cast?
I love them.
She sometimes can hear voices.
Lark, are you hearing voices now?
Coming up next.
Are you ready for season 11? Today, we investigate unbelievable shopping mall scams that are hiding in plain sight. We're going to start with a shocking new scam straight out of a spy movie that could happen to you, jeopardizing your identity and credit in ways you could never imagine. How many of you have been desperate for a quick charge, right? And then you plug your phone into one of these convenient charging stations like that. Finally, energy. You see these in the mall, they're in stores, right? They're all over the place, these charging stations. Well, Hearst Chief National Consumer Correspondent Jeff Rossen shows us how you may be putting yourself in the crosshairs of scammers.
Absolutely, and this new alert comes directly from law enforcement. Hackers have figured out a way to hide secret malware inside those chargers. So if you're at the mall, for example, you plug your phone in. All looks fine, but what's really happening? They're installing secret spyware or worse on your phone and also taking things off of your phone. Today, you're about to watch a hacker do it with ease.
It's called juice jacking. Your phone battery is dying. You need a charge. So you find the public charging station to juice up. Everything looks normal. Phone is charging, all good. What you don't see? Secret malware giving hackers full access to your phone. And you'd never know.
How easy is it for the hackers? We're about to show you. Let me just step down here. This is Brian Seeley, a world-renowned hacker who operates here out of his own garage. This is where it all happens. Luckily, Brian uses his skills for good. Thanks for having us. I appreciate it. All right, so can I borrow this just for a second?
Please.
Thank you. So today, Brian is working on this charger right here, the kind of charger you'd find at any public charging station, and you're infecting this with malware, right?
Absolutely.
Spyware, so you can take control of people's phones. His victim today is me.
He works fast, takes him only minutes to do it, and just like that, the charger is bugged.
If I plug my phone into this to charge, it'll look like it's charging, but you can actually watch what I'm doing.
You could be anywhere on the planet, and I could rob you completely blind without leaving this chair, without putting on pants.
All right, so I'm gonna go try this. I'm gonna drive away from here. I'm gonna try this, and you're saying you'll be able to see what I do when I plug this into this.
Shut the door on the way out.
I drive 10 miles away from Brian's house. The charger is powered up, ready to go.
Pulled into this parking lot. I'm gonna plug in my tablet and get going.
I start browsing the web, and straight away I go for a hacker's dream.
All right, I'm in my bank now. And I will definitely be changing my passwords after this, like right after this.
Then I write some work emails and personal notes too.
He said he can see contacts, so I'm gonna email my wife.
And can't forget about my kids.
Let me go on Amazon. My son wants this racing game.
I play around online for a while, but now I need to know.
Let's go see Brian, see what he saw. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Did it work?
Absolutely.
What'd you get?
I have your wife's phone number, for starters.
What's her name?
Danielle.
What's her phone number?
Ends in
That's correct. Okay.
You've emailed with someone named Deirdre.
My producer.
And I believe, I don't want to spoil the surprise, but your son might be getting a racetrack from Amazon. Does that sound about right?
Oh my God. So you were able to see that, because I was looking at the picture right there.
But then he tells me the scariest piece of private information of all.
I have your bank account number.
You have my bank account number. I did go on.
Then he names my bank.
Yep.
And my account number.
Ends in I could read you back text messages from your wife, everybody you've ever texted, all your call history. Everything that's on your phone is now mine.
And just when I think he's done, it gets even creepier.
as a hacker, I don't know who it is that I own. This could be like an 11-year-old girl. This could be, my daughter. It could be my son. It could be a news guy. Let's find out.
So what are you doing?
Taking a picture from the camera.
You can remotely.
Yeah.
You just all because I plugged in.
Yep.
But I'm not in the charger anymore.
It just took once to get infected.
And then it stays on it?
This is now mine. And I get to do whatever I want with it. And you don't know anything's going on.
Yeah, you're all humming and hawing.
Yeah, the audience.
Frighteningly easy. What shocked you the most about the investigation?
I think that last point, that last point he just made, that you don't have to stay in the charger. Even if you take your plug out, you are infected. That's it.
So here's the deal. I can't believe how much the hacker was able to get. Let's go through it again. Jeff's call history, his bank account information. The hacker snapped pictures of him through his tablet's camera.
It wasn't even a good picture.
It was a good enough picture. I recognize you. So before the show, we did a social experiment to see how many people would charge their phones at a public station without even thinking twice. We set up a fake charging station. It wasn't, you remember this? Oh, yeah, you were there. You all plugged in. Roughly a dozen of you fell for it, right? So why are shopping malls and places like that the perfect target?
Well, look, this started at airports, right? But there's a good deal of security at airports, or there's a lot of traffic. In a mall, security guards just aren't trained for this, right? And he was able to do it in just a couple of minutes. And it's not like he has to have all this crazy equipment. He literally just needs to do a couple of things, which could look normal in a mall setting.
So here's the thing. The personal information that he gets, the question is what does he do with it?
No.
That's the part that scares me.
Well, a couple of things, right? One, the hacker, if it's a low-level hacker, he could actually just steal your bank account information, buy stuff on credit cards and all that. But what they more often do is hit a lot of people, like your entire audience, for example, at once, or hundreds of thousands of people, and they'll sell it on the dark web. They'll sell bundles of information to bigger hackers who will then drain a lot of accounts at once, and that's where the real money is made.
All right, so there are two major red flags we got to watch over. These are things that I want you all paying attention to show that the station that you're trying to use is compromised.
So if you plug into a charger and it says, trust this computer, you get that pop-up sometimes, that is a red flag, because when you're in a charging station, there is no reason in the world that the charger should be asking for permission to get into your phone.
So why trust it?
Exactly.
You shouldn't have
Hit
to.
no and immediately take your charger out. The second one is if the charger comes right off the wall. Or it separates.
The whole facility.
The whole little thing can be a complete fake. People fall for those too.
Wonderful work as always.
Got it, thanks.
Coming up in our shopping mall scam investigation, should you think twice about getting your ears pierced at the mall? What you need to know so your ear doesn't look like this. Stay with us.
That's great.
He was living in the dormitory room with his daughter and these other girls.
A father charged with running a sex cult at his daughter's college.
Is Lawrence Ray a sociopath?
I think he's a complete psychopath.
Plus,
what most shocked me is the alleged murder weapon. Who knew that eye drops could be used as a lethal poison?
She was more valuable dead.
That's coming up tomorrow. We're back investigating unbelievable shopping mall scams. Getting your ears pierced at the mall is a rite of passage for many. But are there hidden dangers that you ought to know about? A whistleblower speaks out about what really goes on at the quick and convenient mall piercing kiosk.
I worked at for 3 years. On any given day, especially Saturday when it was busy, you could have up to 6 ear piercings, if not more, back to back. So the guns weren't properly cleaned in between each piercing. They're supposed to be sanitized down with an alcohol pad, and they weren't. And one time, a coworker of mine was piercing a little girl. She had to be about 7. The little girl pulled out the earring. It dropped on the floor. She just picked the earring up and popped it back on the girl's ear, didn't clean it.
Hearst Chief National Consumer Correspondent Jeff Rossen is back, along with dermatologist Dr. Janine Downey. Jeff looked into the piercing industry and said one of the biggest things that caught his attention was the amount of training that people get to do these procedures. How much is it roughly?
Yeah, at a professional spot, what they should be getting is 6 months of training. That's sort of the industry standard. We found that at these mall kiosks, sometimes they're getting 2 weeks of training. And then it's like, you got it, go for it. 2 weeks of training versus 6 months, which is what they should be getting.
Yeah, see one, do one, teach one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that's what they say in medicine, kiddingly, of course.
Yeah.
So what are the areas of the ear that you were worried about? They're challenging. We take it for granted, but piercing is not always equally sufficient. And if you're not trained, you can make mistakes.
Exactly. So this is the most common area on the lobe of the ear where people get pierced a lot, okay? So you can still have issues here, but there's less issues. Up here, towards the top, the conch of the ear up here, there's less blood supply up here. There's more cartilage up here. There's more of a risk of infection, pain, swelling, and even necrosis, which means tissue cells are dying up there. So that's a problem. People pierce here, they pierce all over the place. All of those places can be fraught with issues and fraught with problems.
Not to put you on the spot for this, it's not the main topic today, but for your children, would you allow them to pierce these parts of the ear?
No, I would not. My daughter has a piercing right here, and that's it, and that's all.
Well, just as a reminder. Okay, so here's some pictures to show examples of the kinds of infections that are generally caused by an ear piercing. This is an infected earlobe, right? You see the redness down there.
Right.
It's inflamed. And this is someone's cartilage. I mean, does that look painful to you guys?
Okay.
And this one really got my attention. It's a keloid that formed. And certain people, not just African Americans, can have reactions to piercings. And this is an example. It's the front and the back of the ear, same ear.
Exactly. And those are what we call dumbbell keloids.
And they're called dumbbell because they're on both sides, or because you're dumb for having had it done?
No. It's because there's a...
You don't have to answer every question. All right.
He'll be here all week, folks.
Exactly. Try the corned beef. All right. Jeff says there's several ways someone can get infected just by the tools.
Yeah, look, it's all about sterilization, right? I mean, that's where a lot of these infections come from. So these type of guns that the metal comes in contact with the ear, they're just prone to problems. So you got to make sure that they're sterilizing.
So let me just show this. So this earring goes inside of this, but this is touching your ear every time.
And so it has to be sterilized. So it has to be sterilized, or else it's not going to be sufficient.
And are they doing that? How can you tell they're doing that?
I love this. I love this because they're now making these sort of one-time only cartridges that you plug right in.
Single-use cartridges.
Single-use cartridges that you plug into the space, and you can watch them open it up, and it's sealed. You can see it's sealed, and that's how you know. That's great.
And they come out looking like this, and you fire it. You can sort of see that. Right. It just fires once, boom, you're done.
Right in there.
You can just use a sterile needle, too.
You can use a sterile needle. It's more free form. Quite frankly, the American Piercing Association came up with this thing where they like these better than they like these. They were talking about blunt trauma to the ear and shattering the earlobe and things that I don't particularly agree with. In my office, we do it with either this or we do it with that, but we have sterilization equipment upstairs in my office.
Actually, that went viral, that post you just mentioned.
Yeah, there was a Facebook post where somebody said that you can have your ear shattered, your cartilage shattered, and blunt force trauma to your ear. Is that true?
No. I mean, each way is trauma, and that is not true. That's not what the American Academy of Dermatology thinks at all.
Doctors do piercings.
Yes, we do piercings. We do piercings in the office, and they're roughly about the same price as the mall. So better to come see a board-certified dermatologist or plastic surgeon that knows what they're doing.
And you can deal with the complication if it happens.
Exactly.
Of interest, the Association of Professional Piercers has spoken out strongly against the use of guns. Okay, Dr. Danny's going to pierce someone right now and show us what it's like as it's being done, since you have so much experience doing these. This is Carol. And Carol, you've actually had a piercing experience. What was it like?
It was at a freestanding store, and right shortly after I got, my ears got infected, and so I never really put them back in.
Was that a long time ago?
It was back in the 80s. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that was a lot of emotional trauma. It took 40 years to come back. All right, so here for the first time on the Dr. Oz Show, we're going to take you through this. So explain what you're up to.
We have numbing paste on her ears right now, and so we've already marked her ears, and so we're just going to wipe the numbing paste off with a antiseptic, so you want to make sure that the area is clean, and then we mark it, and after we mark it, we show the patient. So typically I would have an assistant showing. Carol, do you like that right there? Yes. We kind of agreed upstairs before. Then you swing that back down.
I would never have thought of that.
No dropping. We have to show them. I like to take pictures actually as I go along. And the reason I'm taking the picture is to make sure that they're okay with it. And then I take the picture. Thank you, Dr. Oz. I'll mention in your resume thing that you're a perfect assistant. And then ready?
Ooh.
You okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was it?
And we're done. And we're done.
Was that okay?
It's super easy. Yeah.
Was it worth waiting 40 years for?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, you get aftercare instructions, you know, all that good stuff.
Aftercare instructions. There's an antibiotic ointment everybody goes home with. They have to clean their ears at least 4 times a day. They have to twist the earrings, sleep on their back, no dirty cell phones. And a lot of people have allergies to different antibacterials over the counter. So make sure you don't have an allergy. I checked before. She only has 1 allergy, nothing she was allergic to. They need to ask you for allergies. Critical information.
You want the other ear done now or 10 years from now?
No.
We'll do that next generation. Jeff, thanks very much. Great reporting as always, Dr. Dowdy.
Thank you very much.
We'll be right
Thank
back.
you. Thank you, Conrad.
Every Monday in February on Oz, cameras are everywhere, and we're bringing you shocking video. The good, the bad, and the outrageous. Every Monday in February on Oz.
It's the exclusive interview that's been 2 years in the making. One of the most beloved 90s teen sitcom stars is here, Lark Voorhies. Now, Lark was best known as Lisa Turtle on the iconic show Saved by the Bell. While her fellow castmates launched into Hollywood careers, Lark's once shining star faded out, leaving everyone wondering what happened. 2 years ago, Lark was scheduled to appear here on our show, but it became clear she needed help and she needed care. Today, the missing Saved by the Bell star Lark Voorhies is finally here. She's going to speak out exclusively about her mental health issues and how she feels shunned by her castmates and left out of the Saved by the Bell reboot.
She won our hearts as Lisa Turtle, Bayside High School's favorite fashionista, on the hit 90s sitcom Saved by the Bell. Lark Voorhies rose to fame along with her castmates, their high school dream world filled with fantasy and fun, forever etched on our collective imagination. After Saved by the Bell, Lark Voorhies moved on to soap operas like The Bold and the Beautiful and small films. But over time, she disappeared from the spotlight, causing fans to wonder what happened to Lark Voorhies. In 2012, shocking photos and rumors about the actress began to surface. And then, a bombshell. Lark's mother told People magazine that her daughter was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. At first, Lark denied the claim and continued to worry her family, friends, and fans. In 2015, Lark made headlines defending her then-new husband, Jimmy Green, a reported former gang member, after her mother filed a restraining order against him. In a convoluted soundbite on Entertainment Tonight, she described her mom's reaction to the marriage.
The support was there, you know, at specific, necessary, exact, and you know, it's all celebratory, so it's a very strong, powerful, ongoing, and we carry that through.
After only 6 months, the couple divorced. And according to her mom, Lark moved in with her because she was psychologically, mentally, and emotionally fragile. 2 years ago, Lark was set to come on my show. But in a pre-interview, it became evident to my team that she was still not well. After they came to me with their concerns about Lark's state of mind, it was clear that the first order of business was to get Lark some off-camera support. I offered to connect her with psychiatrist Dr. Shala Mudir, who I trusted could help. We continued to check in with Lark, and now, 2 years later, she feels like she's ready to face the world.
Please welcome Lark Voorhies. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We have missed you. We have missed you. How are you feeling?
We're all together again.
We heard
now.
You feel okay?
Yes. I feel incredible.
I'm glad you're here. So let me explain what we're going to do today. Lark is joined by her mom, Trisha, and her psychiatrist, Dr. Mudir. They're here for support. Lark's disorder, which we're going to get into in a bit, causes her to have some trouble articulating her thoughts. So her mom and doctor are here to help out. I was going to start in the beginning. Saved by the Bell, iconic show in the 90s, your first big role. And I'm just curious, what was your relationship like with the stars of that show?
It was very family-like, which I'm sure you can relate.
Yes.
Each stage performance becomes your audience and family. And we're up together, down together, together.
Did you have a good time while you were taping the show?
Definitely. Those are some of my happiest moments of my childhood.
Did you like being famous? Did you enjoy having the fans?
Every moment.
You did?
Indeed.
I see that in your eyes. That's good. Dr. Modir, can the pressure, the intense pressure of being a teen idol, bring a dormant mental illness to the surface?
It can in someone who's predisposed and has a family history, but I think there was more in Lark's case, just in terms of the stressors that were to follow after and relationship stressors. So she had more stress on her in addition to the show that was happening in her personal life that I think altogether was weighing down on her.
Well, can we get into that a little bit? So after the show ended, you sort of disappeared from the spotlight. Most of us didn't know where you had gone, what you were doing. You were in such a...
Going on to college.
Going to college,
Yes.
which is part of it. So you graduate, you're sort of finding your way. You're having more difficulty connecting all the pieces as much as you had been. And I'm going to show a little video clip that I remember being startled by when I saw it. This is an on-camera interview, one that some of you may remember from Entertainment Tonight. Take a look.
I have no worries myself, nor do I exhibit, or possess within my living stratus any reason why someone should worry in my behalf. It's not. It's completely fictional.
Rumors began to swirl after that interview.
Right.
And a lot of folks were trying to figure out what was going on. Were you on drugs? Was there some metabolic problem? And you weren't taking drugs at the time, I'm told.
No.
And Mom, when everyone...
I've never taken drugs.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Mom, in order to address some of those concerns, you proclaimed that your daughter had bipolar disorder, which your daughter, Lark, subsequently claimed wasn't true.
Correct.
Why did you want to go public with the diagnosis before Lark felt comfortable disclosing it?
Because people were seeing something, and so I was putting a label to it. And Lark hadn't defined to herself what is going on. So therefore, she resented the fact that I came forward to put a label that she herself hadn't accepted. And so she was upset with me about that.
So, what is your official diagnosis?
Schizoaffective thought disorder. And that was a perfect example of what it does and how it behaves and what it creates around and about it.
Do you feel like you know your thoughts, but you have trouble expressing them?
Yes.
So the thoughts are formed.
Correct.
You know what you want to say.
Yeah, and everybody's ticker taping it to the top to figure out who's going to get the Lisa Voorhies thought.
Right, that's right.
Yeah. Who's going to get her thought? I am. And so, yeah, that's a perfect example of what was going on at the time.
And you told my producers that you're afraid to leave your home sometimes.
Oh yes, well, you know, in life and in the entertainment industry, let me tell you, the show does go on.
Yes, it does. So I'm proud you got out of the house.
Oh, indeed.
When we come back, Lark opens up about feeling shunned by her Saved by the Bell castmates and left out of the new Saved by the Bell reboot. Stay with us. You're doing a wonderful job.
Every Friday in February, it's Celebrity Superfan Takeover. Here we go! Kathy Lee Gifford, Morris Chestnut, Tia Mowry, and Susan Lucci share the stage with their favorite doctor, only on Oz.
We're back with Saved by the Bell star Lark Voorhies. She's been opening up about her struggles with mental illness for the very first time and some of her feelings about being shunned by her castmates. She's joined now by her mom, Tricia, and her psychiatrist, Dr. Modir. Now, over the years, Lark's former castmates have reunited on screen and off screen. Here's a photo of them with their spouses celebrating 30 years of friendship. So, Lark, as you look at that photo, and I know you know about these reunions, how does it make you feel when you see them socializing?
empowered. They have the right to do that, and they're happy in their element, and they can have it, certainly.
Would you like to be included?
Oh, well, yes. You know, what family isn't kept complete without its lead?
So some of Lark's former castmates are currently taping a reboot of Saved by the Bell. But Lark, you've not been asked to participate. And I know you wrote something, an entry, that if it's okay with you, I'd love you to share. It's very powerful.
All right.
And it reflects some of your thoughts about not being invited to participate.
Oh, I see. Okay. It reads, this is in question to the reunion, I have to admit, I did feel a bit slighted and hurt when I was not invited to be part of the Saved by the Bell reunion, as well as other cast members' events. Yet, of course, I also realize that having this puzzling disorder may have played a major part in that factual decision. With that in mind, I am truly thankful for having had the chance to work on a show that has been so successful.
You wrote beautifully. You read it beautifully.
Thank you.
I'll take your glasses.
Yes, sir.
They're borrowed from one of my camera people. What would it mean for you to be invited to the reunion?
100% of everything it should mean. I would be elated and happy, and everything would blend in as we are used to coming together for. And so I would have a lovely time, just a lovely time.
Do you ever cry about the fact that you have trouble, as you've said earlier, it's hard to figure out which of the many competing voices gets their word out next?
Yeah, and then when you have that, it's like, well, I have this one, so you come up with another one for yourself, because I got this one for myself, and it just goes on and on and on.
So, Mom, as you watch your daughter and the ups and downs that she's had, how does it make you feel?
Right now I feel really good, but I've struggled a lot. I've had many nights of crying, and I was totally puzzled and perplexed. But I gotta say, Dr. Modir has come the farthest with helping my daughter come to terms with her challenge, and thank you for finding Dr. Modir for me.
Thank you.
So I cry less now.
Well, I'm first of all, very appreciative of Dr. Modir as well, but I'm especially proud that you were able to do what's required.
Yes, sir.
To be able to sit on this stage with us right now and help us to understand what's going on.
Indeed.
Because it was confusing, and it would be overwhelming for most people just to be here, and you've done a wonderful job bringing it alive for us.
Yes, sir.
Do you hope that with the proper treatment, you're going to be able to work in Hollywood again, that you'll be included on a Saved by the Bell reunion and other?
Yes, indeed.
You do?
Yes, indeed.
Dr. Modir, is it possible?
It's a work that I love.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see, like when you give Lark a script, she can read a script and she can read it well. Yeah. So it's just going to require like some patience and some understanding of what her condition is and allowing her to have a script, as most people would in Hollywood, and I think she'll shine.
You think I should call some of your castmates and remind them what's going on with you?
Certainly. We'll call them together.
All right,
That's
I'm going
what
to
we
do that.
That's the spirit that we have on that show.
All right, so you got a lot of people in your corner, me included.
Yes, sir.
I'm very proud of you, and if I can help you, let me know.
I thank you.
And keep working on this. Mom, congratulations. Dr. Modir, thank you.
Thank you, doctor.
We'll be right back. You may have 99 problems.
But a bird ain't one. That's right, because the Dish on Oz crew is bringing you 99 ways to use your favorite rotisserie chicken. And it will change your life.
If there's one thing that brings us all together, it's food. So we're calling everyone to the table to dish on everything, from the latest food hacks and trends to everyday recipes you could make for dinner tonight.
It's simple, it's celebratory, and most of all, it's about having a great time in the kitchen.
What is going wrong?
I'm trying to help.
Let's dish.
We're back with the Dish on Oz crew. Here they are, Tamika, Gail, and Daphne. They went shopping. They love getting stuff. What did you guys buy? What is this stuff?
Just a few rotisserie chickens.
Yes.
All chicken all the time. Oh, because we are cooking up a storm
giving you 99 ways to use rotisserie chicken that will change your life, or at least tonight's dinner.
Same.
Same. For me, same. From a rotisserie chicken soup for your soul to chicken pasta 2 ways so you'll never get bored. We are starting with a keto-friendly buffalo chicken dip. Dad, your team did a whole bunch of research on how to make sure we pick the perfect bird when we're at the rotisserie chicken.
We toiled late into the night. Come up with 3 tips. Number 1, pick the heaviest bird. Chicken continues to cook when under the heat lamps. A heavier bird means the juices have not evaporated out of the meat. Number 2, look for evenly browned, taut skin. And finally, you gotta watch it cook, my guys, right? This means you should see the bird on the actual rotisserie, right? That's how you know you get something fresh. So don't trust a bird that's been cooked behind closed doors. Shed a light on it.
Never that. I like those. I'll remember those 3.
That's good tips. I like those too.
All right, so keto buffalo chicken dip is coming up first. Jamaica, please dish these details. What's happening?
Keto buffalo, is that what you say again?
Keto.
Yes.
Keto friendly.
Keto friendly.
So we're starting in a cast iron skillet. I have a little butter and green onions, and we use the white parts here and a little bit of garlic. So we'll saute that up nicely.
Smells so good already.
No, when it starts to smell good, you haven't even done anything yet, you're onto something good, right? So then we'll put in a little bit of parsley, and then we add in the hot sauce.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're all oohing and gooing, but if you're keto, you gotta be careful with the sugar in the hot sauce.
Make sure it's keto friendly. All right, so that's warming up there, and then we'll move over to the creamy fun part. We have cream cheese in here, and we also have a little bit of sour cream. Mix those 2 together. And then our rotisserie chicken. Have that? Absolutely. You dump the chicken in there. Yes. Perfect. Got the chicken in there. We're doing a little white cheddar because we got to make it cheesy and friendly. We use the tops of the green onions. We use the white parts in the pan, and then we have the tops here. Nothing goes to waste. And then a little lemon juice. So we'll mix that up together, pull that in, and grab this towel. Can you grab the hot sauce for me, please?
Sure can.
Pour that in.
It's hot.
Got it.
Yep.
So it kind of melts in a little bit better. So then we're gonna go back into our cast iron skillet.
Style.
Oh yes.
Okay.
And I love doing cheesy dips in a skillet because it just makes those crispy edges on the sides. All right, so we're gonna go to the oven. We're gonna bake this until it's nice and cheesy, bubbly, gooey. Oh wait, more cheese. I said more cheese. I forgot.
There's more cheese?
Come on, Doc. What's my name? Of course we're adding more cheese.
Do you know her?
Finish off with a little white cheddar, and then we pop this baby in the oven. All right, so that's your before.
Oh, come on,
Oh,
Jamaica.
wait. Here's
Bring
the
it.
after.
Let her live, ladies and gentlemen. Let her live.
Hallelujah, right there. Who doesn't love that? Bringing her in. And the drop. Ladies and gentlemen, do we not love that?
My.
And look at all the veggies
Yeah.
we're getting in the
It's
salad.
beautiful.
Of
Tell me what
course.
you think. You've been licking your fingers. Now you get to
Watch
eat it.
Gail's face. Watch Gail's face. She'll reveal it.
It's great.
She's happy.
Here's the thing. I have a secret weakness for anything buffalo flavored. This is like my kryptonite right here.
I'm loving this. The rule is no double dipping. That's all I ask.
Fine.
Oh, it's old-fashioned.
But what about the butt? The butt to flip.
Yes,
Come on.
Oh my goodness.
the butt. That's the answer. All right.
Double-ended.
Today we're giving you 99. We promise you 99 ways to use rotisserie chicken. We're just getting started. Up next, chicken pasta in 2 ways. Look at this, everybody. 2 ways.
Whoa.
Nothing's wasted.
Whoa.
You'll want it all. And if you're still feeling a little peckish, here's another clever rotisserie chicken recipe hack. Check it out.
That is etiquette, though.
Every Friday on Oz, it's Celebrity Superfan Takeover. This week, it's Kathy Lee Gifford.
Gosh, I miss the applause.
We're investigating hair loss scams targeting women. All new Oz. That's coming up Friday.
We're back with a dish at Oz. If you've got 99 problems, a bird ain't one of them anymore, because today we're giving you 99 ways to use that rotisserie chicken that I know you all love. Daphne, why 99? Where did that even come from?
Why 99? We like that number. And it sounds like a lot, but really look, chicken is everyone's favorite go-to dinner. It's America's meat. We eat it all the time, and it's easy to fall into that chicken rut. It is versatile, but you kind of go to the same recipe over and over again. So today we wanted to take advantage of showing you all the different ways you could use that humble bird and make it a dinner that really feels celebratory. Starting with some pasta. So what I have in here are some onions sauteing with a little butter, and Jamaica and I were over here like, that smells so good. There is something about that combo that is just perfect. I'm gonna add just a little bit of heat, and you can leave that out if you don't like the heat of some chili flakes, some chopped rosemary, and a little pinch of salt. And then this is the same pan that I've already sauteed a whole bunch. I just grabbed that mixed box of mushrooms from the grocery store. You can grab them already cut up so you can save yourself a little extra time that way too. And then I grabbed a head of this lacinato or dinosaur kale, and that just is gonna saute really fast with the rest of these onions. Plus, don't watch, ladies.
Yes, there we go.
Now we're talking.
A little bit of wine goes a long way.
I'm gonna drink mine. You
Drink
keep the
yours.
glazing with yours.
Can I tell you why I like to cook with a little splash of wine like that? First of all, see this little bit of brown that was forming on the bottom of my pan as I was cooking those onions up? That's the fond. That's actually caramelization that I definitely want to pull up and have in my pasta sauce. I'm going back in with my beautiful browned mushrooms, which still, again, have some of their nice texture going on. I'm going in with my shredded, and this is a great leftover dish, too. If you just have some shredded chicken left from that rotisserie. Perfect. Toss that all together. All of this is already cooked, so we're really just bringing it together to heat it through. And now, this is where you're gonna stop if you wanna leave it, low carb for yourself. But if you wanna add that pasta, like we promised, I'm going in with some penne that we left a little bit al dente. And you guys know we like to reserve a little bit of that pasta water because it helps to create a sauce with all that nice starch that's left over from the pasta itself. And now, let's see if we can do it. Okay, come on.
Let me step back.
What's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? I will protect you.
Whoa.
It's like a popcorn machine.
Crowded pan. We sit here and we're like, we're just gonna have fun in the kitchen today. We come here to relax, come here to have a little party with you guys, and we're gonna get better at that.
Can we taste it, Jamaica?
Taste
Yes.
it here.
Jamaica, come over here, Jamaica.
Oh, please.
Help me
Put
taste.
something here. You can plate a little right there.
I'm coming to join you up together so we actually get it all coated. Beautiful.
Oh, this is good, Daphne. And that's, I love the chicken, but when it gets dry, I don't. This is perfect.
It does, it rehydrates it too. You're absolutely right. It keeps it nice and fresh. And you can add a little extra pasta water if you felt like you wanted a little bit of a looser sauce.
Yo, you don't have time to eat. You got to work.
You're right.
Oh, yeah.
What's
Right.
dish number 2?
What am I thinking? Focus. I'm just gonna talk with my mouth full so no one understands me. So, this pasta, it's perfect. You make a lot, you feed your family, and then you have leftovers, so what do you do with it? And here's something that I've been making for years. So, you have your pasta and it's sitting on the stovetop warming. I have 3 eggs right here. I'm gonna mix in some milk.
Wait, you didn't tell us what you're making.
Oh, that's true.
What's the surprise?
I was gonna surprise you. What are you making? It's going to be a giant mushroom kale penne pie.
Ooh.
Pie, wow. Yes,
Spaghetti
it's a pie.
Fun.
So I have all of this, I have the eggs and the milk, I'm mixing them together, and then I'm gonna add in lots of cheese.
My girl.
When I say lots, I don't wanna freak you out, but I have cheddar, I have fontina, I have Parmesan, and I have ricotta.
I thought they were props.
No, that's real cheese.
Never before.
We would never just have a prop up here. If it's here, we are eating it, sir.
All that yummy cheese, and I smell it already. It's gonna totally
It's gonna make a big, and then I'm gonna take that pasta. Can you pass me the pasta?
Yes, ma'am.
And put it right in here.
No, one second. Can you flip it the way that Daphne flipped that pasta? I see. Go back. Watch. There's a slow-mo of Daphne actually doing it. Watch this. This is Daphne. No, there she is. Look, see that?
Good. You know.
All right. Now, Gail, do the same thing with this.
Just with the custard.
Just the
Good
custard.
idea.
Just flip it up.
Are you crazy? Grab your shirt.
All right, Daphne, flip that in there then.
I will be redeemed. Stop it.
She's got that.
Well, there you go.
Yes. Watch her go.
That's perfect.
The roller coaster of pasta.
It's all about the second
All
try.
right,
Okay.
dump,
Going this
if
way.
there's too much, this is a lot, so you might not need all of it. That's good.
That's
I
good
think.
for you?
Right there, yep.
Okay.
Okay, fold it all together. You want to get this cheesy beautiful pasta all mixed in with the cheese. And then you're going to put it into a removable pie plate. So this it has one of those retractable bottoms. I've just covered it and crimped it with some foil here so that if there's any liquid, any of the cheese and the liquid from the pasta, it won't seep out and burn around your sheet tray.
It's definitely going to seep out with the amount of cheese you put in it.
Well, of course it will, but now it's contained, so you'll get all of that cheesiness right here in the pie. You're gonna fold this right into and pack it down into the pie tin, smooth the top, and that's gonna go in the oven about 20 minutes. Take it out, grate some Parmesan right over the top, put it back in for another 20 minutes.
Oh, there it goes.
And then you're gonna have to see how it comes out.
Well, when we come back, we're gonna do that. We're gonna taste it, we're gonna see how it works out. But as we go to break, here's a hack to turn that leftover rotisserie chicken in the back of the fridge that everyone's got, that's been picked on for the whole day, into a delicious soup. We're back with a dish at Oz, and we're building a list of 99 ways to use rotisserie chicken that will spice up your weeknight. Make it more delicious as well. All right, so Gail and Daphne are birds of a feather because they turned a rotisserie chicken into 2 delicious recipes. Gail, reveal what you have done with this beautiful pasta pie.
So my kale mushroom pasta pie with loads of gooey cheese went in the oven. I put some Parmesan on top, bring it out, and when you want to let it cool for a few minutes, let everything come together. And
I've never seen this. Look, there's a
look at this. So this is your springform pan. It has a removable bottom, and it's really easy to use. You want to run a knife along the edges to make sure nothing's sticking, and then you just unclip.
Dun, 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 dun.
And look at that pie.
That's beautiful.
Isn't it beautiful? All right. And then you can just slice it up and take a bite. This feeds about 75 people.
Yes,
I mean, it
exactly.
weighs 40 pounds. And I'll tell you my biggest tip about making a pasta pie.
Yes.
It's great right now. It is even better as a leftover the next day. It is my favorite leftovers of all time.
And it looks almost as good as it tastes. It is so delicious. It really has that, I mean, all that lemon and all that cheese and the veggies coming through.
Sticks right out. I didn't think it could get better from the first time, Daph, but I mean, Gail, I think you win this round.
It's pretty fun.
Pretty good.
All right, you guys, you can find all the recipes from today and the full list of 99 ideas for rotisserie chicken that will spice up your weeknight on DrOz.com.
Next Wednesday, the Dish Crew is back, and they're gonna be making this ooey, gooey, melty recipes that are gonna make your mouth water.
Including this cheesy cauliflower cutlet Parmesan. Please don't miss that.
I'll be seeing you next time for sure. Nice job.